Hi everybody. I'm late. Sorry. I was on another call with somebody who wanted to join the skeleton crew. So, I'm a little late. Don't be mad. I'm testing the stream. So, if you guys can hear me, a nice little hey, yeah, thanks, thumbs up or something like that, just let me know. I probably should hit the record button. We're recording in progress. Yes, we are. Digital coffee, we're recording. Like I said, this is just really me testing the stream out. And I'm here to talk. So I think I have to hit go live in. So I think I have to hit go live in Insta. So all right, we should be going live on Insta. Um, yeah, like I said, so sorry I'm late. Um, I was actually on another call with another audio engineer that we're adding to the skeleton crew. So, and he has a daughter. So, you know how kids are. They get in and they start talking. So we were having a conversation about Splunky and Lankybox and stuff like that. But this is the very first Skelly Live or Kayla's Indie Real Talk. We're going to be doing these from time to time. I'm trying to set up a schedule and get these things going. So Wednesdays are going to be like a free for all talk about indie. Fridays we have set up is late to the real is what I'm going to call it, and it's me watching movies that I probably should have already seen. Um, and I haven't watched. So there are movies that I probably haven't seen that everyone has always seen and they always make reference to it. So if you have a movie that you think I should watch and I think like everybody who knows me knows which movies I haven't seen. I'm going to wrap myself out here right now. I have not ever seen Back to the Future, seen none of those to completion, seen bits and pieces. So never watched the original Aliens, never watched the original Star Wars. So yeah, lots of movies. If you guys want to give me a movie that you want me to watch on Late to the Real Fridays, that's going to be amazing. Shoot a suggestion my way, and then Saturdays in the afternoon, I'm going to try to get anybody who wants to join. We're going to do like a Skelly talk and draw. So I'll have the draw pile open, and we can just shoot the shit and just talk. So yeah, that's my plan. We're just trying it out, so let's see if we can actually stay with that. But that's the schedule as of right now. Um, because I haven't seen Back to the Future. Oh yes. Yeah, a lot of people don't talk to me. I think we went to see Neil deGrasse Tyson um at the Civic Center here. Sorry, no, it was at the Springer Opera House here. And he dissects movies. So it's astrophysicist goes to the movies and he talks about all these movies and all the things that are very inaccurate about the movies. And he brought up Back to the Future. And he said, "Who here has not seen Back to the Future?" And I was the only person in the back who raised her hand, and he was like, "Shame on you." But I was like, "You talk to me, Neil deGrasse Tyson, talk to me." Which he'll always be Waddles from Gravity Falls for me. So I was like, "Waddles, talk to me. I'm Waddles." Um, so see, Kyra hasn't seen the original Star Wars. I cannot get. Y'all are gonna like crucify me for this. Original Star Wars. I cannot get past Luke. I always stop with Luke flipping with a Yoda puppet on his back. Like that's all anywhere I stop, like all the time, because I'm like, what the heck is this? I can't do this. Mm. So that's where I stop. I'm so bad, but I love episodes 1, 2, and 3. 3 being my favorite, and I also love Obi-Wan. I love the now navigating Anakin's past. So I really love that about the new Star Wars and Clone Wars. So I love Clone Wars and I love Ahsoka. Ahsoka is my favorite. I have a Ahsoka Tano bracelet. I have a Ahsoka Tano ring. I'm gonna get a tattoo at some point. It's coming. It's coming. Um, so yeah, I love Ahsoka Tano, love Anakin, loved Obi-Wan, the spinoff series, about Obi-Wan. I don't care about Obi-Wan as old Ben or whatever. I just loved Anakin actually coming to meet him. And, that scene really resonates with me where he's like, I'm not your failure, Obi-Wan. If you guys haven't seen it, just go watch it. And that one line where his mask is split open and he tells Obi-Wan, I am not your failure. It's just like, oh damn, because Obi-Wan's been carrying that like for the longest time. Like, Anakin did this because of me. So yeah. Anyway, you're gonna find this a lot that I just ramble. I like to talk, but I like to talk about a lot of different things. But today, on this digital coffee, while I'm testing the stream, this is really just a test. But I do want to start talking about the landscape of indie animation. So I will touch on that just a little bit. Excuse me. We all know that animation right now is in the crapper. The industry is just so bad, and it's been bad for a while. And I just got an email from Animation Magazine, which I subscribe to, and they were talking about how the animation scene in California is in shambles, and it has been for a while. And I think a lot of people thought that it was going to rectify itself. Like we've all been there. Like when the housing bubble burst, we're all like, oh, it'll bounce back, or the economy's bad. Oh, it'll bounce back. We always say it's going to bounce back, and I think a lot of people sat there and they were like, oh, the animation industry is going to bounce back. And they didn't realize that affecting the animation industry was also affecting the movie industry as well, and visual effects and everything behind the scenes. So it was just very odd that people couldn't make that connection, that if animation is not doing well, your visual effects is not going to do well either, right? So, but I think a lot of people, like most, thought that it was going to bounce back, and it's just been so long, and we have not bounced back. We are, instead of bouncing back, we are regurgitating IPs. We are constantly just seeing IPs, nothing new. All these IPs are like constantly doing it over and over again. Like we need 40 seasons of Paw Patrol, or we need more seasons of SpongeBob. Lord knows we don't need any more seasons of SpongeBob. I think we've gotten it, right? But we keep regurgitating these IPs, and these aren't new characters. These are characters we take, and hey, what if we put it in a chibi style, or what if we make it for kids, or even like Looney Tunes did it. And we had Looney Tunes, we had baby Looney Tunes, and then we had Looney Tunes Builders. Not saying that those are bad things, but at some point, we kind of get tired of seeing the same old IPs out there, right? So that's all the studios are buying right now. They want to go with what's tried and true and what's worked in their mind, which is the same IPs. And so this opens it up for creators, indie creators, to create their own IPs. And it's great because we're seeing all this new stuff, and they're not backed by studios. They're backed by the people. And that's a great thing to see, because the monotony of what is being shown on TV and the regurgitation of these IPs is getting so bad that a lot of people are flocking to YouTube, or flocking to other people's webcast or something, just to get something fresh and something new, right? And so the landscape of indie right now is vast, and it's flourishing. We see several indies that have been backed and funded on Kickstarter. We have Lackadaisy, Helluva Boss, Glitchworks is working. A lot of other shows that just got Captain Zero. These things that people are just making on their own, right? And so they're stepping out, and they're taking a leap of faith. And anybody who knows me knows that Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, those are like my favorite movies, and I always quote that. And a lot of people are just taking that leap of faith, right? And they don't know what's going to happen. And it is like old Peter Parker said, you're not going to know when you're ready. It's a leap of faith. And so a lot of people are like, I'm tired of watching the same old stuff, and they're taking those leaps of faith out there with their own ideas, and they don't know if it's going to work or not. In their mind, it's their passion project, and it's going to work. It's just like Skelly. I'm out here trying to make it work. And how do I know if it's going to work? I don't. I have a backing behind it. I have my passion for it. My team has a passion for it. And so all we can do is step out there, and it's a leap of faith. Um, Yes, Kyra, I am multi-streaming. It should also be on Insta as well. Insta might be going slow. It was supposed to be on Twitter, but Twitter has blocked me. Can you believe that mess? They blocked me, and I'm not paying. They want me to pay. So we are actually only on YouTube and Insta right now. I might be able to edit. Ooh, let me see if I can edit where we're going. So if I remove X from this stream, remove. Let's see if I can add Twitch. Um, I'm gonna add I'm gonna add it to Twitch instead of Twitter. Um, and you guys go and tell people on X to come over on these one channels. Like I said, this was a test, so I didn't know X was going to say you have to have a professional channel to do all of this. So that came out of nowhere. Talk to them about that. It shouldn't be that I just need a professional channel to do this. I should be able to do it. I mean, I'm using it all the time. Anyway, tell everybody, tell your friends, hop over on YouTube or on the Skelly Instagram or the Skelly Twitch. So it's out there. And also StreamYard. I could only afford a certain amount, so I can only do 3. Maybe in the next couple of streams, if I can get some money in, we can do more streams and do it a multi-stream. But I am also recording, so I can post it in other places later. But with that being said, I also did not do the things I was supposed to do. So this is the Kayla's Digital Coffee, also a test stream. Skelly is sponsored by Toon Boom. Just have to say that. I don't know if anybody knew that, but we are sponsored by Toon Boom. Oh my God, I can't even get that out. We are also sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. Did you guys know that we just got sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks? Well, we did. So if you guys want an energy drink, hit me up for a good old energy drink discount code. So if you want your heart to explode in a good way, let's get some energy drinks out there. But yeah, we are sponsored by Toon Boom. We're also sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. So if anybody needs a discount code, anybody who is here who wants to get some energy drinks or try a free sample of a Dubby energy drink, hit me up. I'll send you a discount code. It'll be fun. Yeah, we're doing good things, getting sponsored. We're trying to get sponsored at least. But Toon Boom's a big sponsor, and Dubby Energy Drinks. If anybody else would like to sponsor me or sponsor us and come on here and let me say wonderful things about your product. But anyway, back to the landscape of indie animation. It is vast, and a lot of people are taking advantage of that, which is a good thing. I don't think in the indie animation landscape right now we can be oversaturated. We can't oversaturate this market right now because they're all so many different things. So yeah, there's so many coming out, but that's a good thing because people are seeing that, hey, we might not need the backing of a huge studio to get this done. We might just need the backing of the people. And so that's what I say to everyone who's listening. I see there's 11 of y'all, but anybody who's listening to this, back indie, support indie all you can, because that's what we're banking on. We need y'all's support. And without y'all support, we can't make these things. Making animation is a lot of money, y'all, and I don't think people understand. Like, animation cost into the 100,000s, and that's for, decent, good one episode. And I don't know if anyone remembers. Yes, we were successfully funded on Kickstarter, but I asked for the bare minimum amount, thinking I would still have a job to keep this going, and I only asked for 9,000. So just do the math there. If one episode takes $100,000 and I only asked for the bare minimum, you see where the scales are kind of uneven, right? So that's what we need to do. Anybody out there who has an indie project, please come to me, talk to anybody, just get it out there. The thing is, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it done, get it out there, and then get that backing. And we all need to stop believing that there can only be one higher indie animation out there, because we live by that. And I talk a lot about that in the panels that I do at conventions. I call it the Highlander syndrome. A lot of people are really young and probably won't get that reference. Yes, I have seen Highlander. So the Highlander syndrome is there can be only one Highlander. And so I say that about indie animation. A lot of us are going out there and we feel like there can be only one indie animation out there and we can only show our support to that. And right now, I said I'm coming with the details and I'm coming with the tea. That's one thing you're not going to get from me. I'm not going to mince words and I am going to name names. So Hell of a Boss. Not saying it's bad or anything. I love Hell of a Boss. I watch it. Or Has Been Hotel. Viv is cornering the market right now with her indie animation that is now picked up by Amazon. She's making money and everybody's putting money behind that. But now they have Amazon money. And I'm not saying stop supporting them, but maybe shift your focus a little bit. Is there another indie out there towards the end of the galaxy or towards Galaxy's End? Sorry, I always get it mixed up. Towards Galaxy's End had a Kickstarter and they were doing really good. But it fell into the pitfall of, and I wish they would have talked to me about this. And I think everybody on my team, we all experienced it because we were watching those numbers go up and down. You are going to get spammers and you are going to get spam donations, and they could be a ton of money. Like I'm talking like $2,000, $5,000. You could automatically have hit your goal, and then someone could come and take it back. I have reached out to Kickstarter and talked to them about that, because I do feel that that is kind of shady business. Not saying that Kickstarter's doing shady business, but I feel like they need to monitor that more. That way people don't get their hopes up, because people are like, this is their livelihood. This is how they're paying their animators. And to have anybody who just comes out there and takes money away, I just don't think that that should be able to happen. Like, I feel all donations need to be set in stone. Once it's there, it's locked in. Now, at the end of the campaign, if they decide they want to take it back, that's fine. But that campaign would have already met their goal. And it was a shame to see that they had to pull their Kickstarter because of the spammers. And I hate it so much for them because it was looking so good. They were at MomoCon recently. They had a panel. They spoke about it. They showed some behind the scenes footage. They were doing so well, y'all. But the thing is, we were only focused on that one indie. And sorry, I know you guys hear my dogs, but we were only focused on that one indie. And that's the thing. That indie already has that backing. You know, you got to reach out of your comfort zone. I understand everyone loves Blitz, everyone loves Millie, Moxie. I love them too. I support them when I can. But also, why can't you give that same support to the indie animation, the indie ones that are coming out now? Just the same thing. And I just think we have a lot of things out there. Everyone has a lot of ideas. And I just don't think that it's very hard, because I feel like, and I say this all the time, I feel like there are some gatekeepers in the community, and I just feel like we cannot help each other if we're going to be gatekeepers, right? Like, we need to share that wealth around. We need to help each other. And that's what I try to bring to the table with Skelly as a production, as just a platform. Like, we should be helping each other. This information I'm giving to you guys, this should be common knowledge that anybody can reach out to, and can reach out to anybody that they look up to, and they can get this information. Because I would have told Towards Galaxy's End, don't pull it. I understand it's frustrating. Don't pull it. Continue through your 30 days. Don't pull it. And because we went through that. We had to, I had to fight with, are we going to pull Skelly? Because we lost a huge ton. Don't ever pull your campaign before the time is done, because people will start to feel that, oh, you didn't have that passion behind it. And I'm not saying that that's the feeling that all people will get, but some people will be like, oh, you pulled it before the time. Whether you're going to make it or not, it's better to be unsuccessful and have it say, oh, this was unsuccessful, and show that you went your 30 days instead of pulling it. But the thing is, like, we need to all help each other. We need to all promote each other, cross promote each other. I think everyone knows that I'm everyone's biggest advocate. Like, I will promote your show, I will retweet anything, if it's good work and it's something that I believe in. And I believe in all indies right now. I believe in all indies, and I feel like every indie has a story to tell. So, I mean, even if you can't donate, or if you can only donate $1, donate that dollar. Because if you have 1,000 friends, like say you tell 1,000 people about this indie, hey, they need to make $20,000, but I have 1,000 friends, and if we all give $1, that's $1,000. So it's not them meeting their goal, but you supported as best you could. Where I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I really can't spare the money, but I can go out and get this frappuccino for $20. You know, if we don't work together, we are all going to fail. And I don't want us to fail. And I say that as a community of indie creators, we will fail if we do not help each other. And so that's the reason why I wanted to start doing these digital coffees. I've met a lot of people, and I've talked to a lot of people in the industry and not in the industry and indie, and I want people to know that I'm approachable. Please don't ever feel that I'm not approachable, but everyone should be approachable to an extent. I'm not saying be approachable where some creeper comes up and he starts touching you. Everybody knows their limits. When I say be approachable, be approachable. If someone comes to me, I think when I go to cons, people talk to me all the time, and listening to you. I am listening to everything you have to say, and I will be your biggest advocate, and I will encourage you. Um, that's all I say, is that I will just reach out. And the thing is, like, we've got to help each other, and it can't just be, oh, I love this one indie. This is what I'm going to do. This is all I'm focusing on. I'm hyper focused on it. I get it. Some people hyper focus on things. That's all the art they want to draw. That's all the fan art and all that stuff. Yes, yes, I get it. But you can hyper focus on that one thing, but also know there are other indies out there, and their stories might be just as good, or if not better, than the story you're listening to now. It's a different view. And I try to tell everybody who's doing indie, everyone's path is going to be different. My path is never going to be the same as Viv. My path is never going to be the same as Tracy Butler for Lackadaisy. My path is not the same because I am not them, and I'm not going to experience their same experiences. Yes, it would be nice to get picked up by Amazon. That's not in my path right now. That's not in my road. It might be later down the line, but not there yet. And I might never get there because that's not my path. That might have been Viv's path, but it's not my path, right? And so, and I'm the worst person to say this because I don't listen to my own advice. Stop comparing yourself to other people. That's the thing. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You're not going to be Viv. You are not going to be Lackadaisy. You are not going to be Tracy Butler, Spike Trotman. You're not. You're your own person. And your idea is a good idea. So, and I think that's a lot of things that hold people up at the beginning. They feel like, oh, well, the quality of my animation is not as good as XYZ. Stop. Stop it. Stop comparing yourself to someone else because you are not that person. Unless you legally have that name and the same social security number or the same birth certificate or whatever, you are not that person. And I need people to hear me when I say this. Your path on indie is not going to be the same. And I need people to hear me when I say this as well. It is not easy. And it will never be easy. And if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And everyone would have everything handed to them. It is not easy. You want to get into indie? Great. You want to make something? Awesome. You have the passion to do it? Awesome. But when those bad times hit, and you will hit a bump in the road and have a bad time, I'm not going to say that you're not. It's not going to be all flowers and roses, and I'm not here to kiss anyone's ass and to tell you it's going to be amazing if you do this. Might. I don't know why I just did that accent, but it's not. You're going to hit some bumps in the road. Lord knows. I've hit so many bumps in the road in the past year alone that people don't even know about. And I'm an open book. So when I say people don't know about certain things, like, it must be really deep for me not to have told you, because I think almost everybody knows everything about me. But I've gone through some shit this past year that has just would flabbergast some people if they actually knew what was really going on. Certain people know, and they know who they are, and they're in the chat. Certain people know what I've been going through, and it's been a lot. But the thing is, and I put it in my panel, it's not about how many times you fall down, it's about how many times you get back up. And I always play trolls. Get back up again. That's what you have to do. You just have to get back up. Um, and you know, always, take care of your mental too. Like, if it is just a bump in the road that has just gotten you shook mentally, take care of yourself, of course. But just know you're not in this alone. You have an advocate. And I think all of us can say we advocate for all of the indie out there. We're all supporters of good animation and new animation out there. Um, but I don't know if a lot of us show it. A lot of us can say it. We can walk the walk or we can talk the talk, but we need to walk the walk too, you know. So go out there and show that. I don't think anybody knows. I give $1, just $1 if I can, especially with the situation I'm in now. I give $1 to every indie that comes out that I follow. I try to be as helpful as I can. If I cannot give $1, I share, I retweet. I'm willing to give information. I'm willing to help, with connections. I just, we got to help each other, and we need to stop closing these doors in people's faces because we don't think they're on the upper echelon or they're not up on the same level I am. And I'm not saying that anybody's doing it. Well, people are doing it, but I'm not naming names on who's doing it because I don't know all the people who are doing it. I'm just saying, don't be so quick to shut those gates in people's faces because that person could turn around. And it goes back to like corporate America. And I was always told, you never know who's going to be your boss. So be nice to everybody, right? So if you're mean to the lowliest janitor there, and then in 5 years he turns around and he's your new CEO, he worked his way up, you're screwed because you were an asshole to them. So I'm like, just be the best person you can be. I have no idea what that pinging noise is. If anybody knows what that pinging noise is, please let me know because I don't know. Um, like I said, this is just a test. This is all new. All weird. I guess at this point, I need to say again, once again, we're sponsored by Toon Boom and Dubby Energy Drinks. Yay. um, Other than that, like, I think that's all for the. I don't know if I've inundated everybody and said too much, but like I said, this was just a test stream just to see how it works. I know now how I need to pivot. It looks like I might have to pay for a personal, not a personal, a public account, which I don't want to give X my money. So we're gonna have to figure out a different way to figure out how to get on X. Because we do have a good following on X. I don't want to support Elon. Sorry, I don't get into politics. I just don't want to support Elon. Let's just put it that way. It's not politics, just a man. I don't want to support the man. But yeah, this is just a little test. I hope everything worked really good. Um, yes, the industry layoffs are affecting everyone's confidence in indies. Um, it's affecting everyone's confidence. I think I had a digital coffee with somebody. Uh, I and I'm not going to name their name, but I had a digital coffee with somebody, and they said, being laid off made them feel less than. And I said, there should never be a job where you get laid off, um, and it makes you feel less than. But as creatives, we take everything to heart, right? And I said, there's no job. And I said, for an industry that you've worked and put your heart and soul in, there is nothing that should make you feel like that. Just because at this point it's not popular and we're gonna stop production on it. There is nothing that should make you feel less than. And I stand by that. I know we all want to work on stuff that we want to work on and we have passion for. That's great and that's awesome. But sometimes we just need to work to get that paycheck, right? But nothing should ever make you feel less than when you leave that project. No project should ever make you feel like that. And this person has industry, like a long list of industry markers on their resume, like very, very, very prolific. Um, and I told her, I said, "You're amazing. No matter what anybody says, you're amazing. And you will always be amazing for all the things that you've done. You know, go back." And I tell everybody, go back and read your resume. If you ever feel down on yourself, go back and look at your resume and look at all the shit you've done because you've done amazing stuff. Keep viewers on stream. I don't know who that is, but I can I delete that? Can I hide that? I want to. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I can delete that. Um, so I'm glad that it's looking good on Twitch end, and I just found out that I could do this. Sorry. I'm doing fine. And thank you all for joining. I have to, Montoya, I have to see if it actually goes to Blue Sky. I don't think Stream the Yard actually connects to Blue Sky. Yes, I didn't even know you could get spam on here because I didn't share the link with anybody. So I'm just like, where'd the spam come? Anyway, so yeah, like I said, this is all testing and I'm finding out stuff. And like I said, it's the best to test on a Wednesday because not a lot of people are off work yet. So get all the kinks worked out and everything. Um, what else was I going to say? I forgot where I was. Yeah, anybody who feels bad, you need to look at your resume, and I need everyone to go back and look at all the things that they've done in their career, and I think you'll find out that you're down on yourself for no reason. You've done a lot. You know, if you hadn't, it wouldn't be on your resume, and it wouldn't be in your life, and you wouldn't have experienced it. You know, so yeah, that's what I say is that life is life. Life happens. I might have to go on mute for just 1 second. Sorry about that. Somebody just came in the house and the dogs are barking, so I had to go on mute for a second. I was hoping I could play some music, but that didn't work. I wanted to play some visual music for everybody, so you didn't have to just see me go blah 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 blah. But I think I can play music. Let me know if I play this. Does it come through? You like that? That's my theme song. You like that? Isn't that awesome? Amazing, right? I've been jamming out to this all day. I probably shouldn't have, but I have. Oh yeah. This is the instrumental. You guys want to hear the words? Let's play the words for just a little bit. In this world of filters, I stand so bold, creating a journey, a story to unfold. Every frame I capture, every word I say, with heart and soul, I'm paving the way. Tune in, let's explore the highs and lows. Kayla's Indie Real Talk, let's dive inside, sharing the moments where dreams collide. Here's to the creators, the voices that rise. In this indie journey, we reach for the skies. Sorry, wasn't that amazing? I love that. Isn't it amazing? And it's personalized. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I didn't know if it played before because I had it playing as an intro, and probably we'll have to figure out how to get it to do the outro. Yeah, I got my own theme song. Woo, 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 woo. I got my own theme song, people. Yeah, so I work with a lot of talented people. Let's just say I had to do some reaching to get that. Thanks. I appreciate it. But yeah, got my own theme song and everything. So once I figure out how to get all that working and how to play an outro, intro, I'll probably hit up Grayworks because he knows more about this. I know he uses StreamYard as well. So probably hit you up, Gray, and see how I do all of this. But I did figure out the banners, and I figured out how to get my little avatar in the corner. I figured that. I figured that this at the bottom, and I figured out how to start. Maybe not on time, but like I said, it was a really good talk with someone who wants to join the Skelly crew, and let's just say he had several awards in the background that the awards rhyme with Stimmy. So yeah, that's about all I'm gonna say. I'm not very good at secrets. I'm not good at charades either. I'll let you guys know that as well. I'm not good at charades. I suck. Um, literally, I don't know. Just camel. Anyway, like I said, this is just a test. So this is just. I'll be more together. Hey, Sold. We love you, Sold. If y'all don't know, Sold is like when I say you need to have someone in your corner. He has always been in my corner, and he promoted Skelly when Skelly was just not a thing. So it's good to have friends and have supporters, and that's what I said. We all need a supporter, and I think Sold is also doing some TikTok videos on some indie animations that are coming out. So check those out as well because he is promoting some indie animations. Well, giving them some life and letting people know about them. So check out Sold on TikTok. It's very nice. Um, yes, yes, he is the ultimate indie supporter. And when I tell you he came to our panel at Level Up Expo and he was like, "Sorry, I'm late. I got to run to another one." I was like, you know, and he tried to come to the one at MomoCon at 1 a.m. But look, I don't blame anybody if you didn't show up. If you wanted to show up, Sarah was there. I was like, ain't nobody coming at 1 a.m. But people were there. We were all very surprised. So yeah, it's fun. We need more people like Sold, and just more people like you guys that are actually supporting this to support indies in general. We just need that out there. Without that and without the help of each other, we're not going to make it. And that's the thing that I don't want to happen. You know, I want us all to make it. Um, but we have to be willing to help each other, and we have to be willing to open our doors and not keep everything a secret. And that's what I try to promote with Skelly as a platform. Like I want people to know that they can come into the Discord. You could be a fan or you could be working on the crew, but I encourage everyone, and I think Kyra and Ren can attest to that, and Nathan and my other voice actors. When we went to conventions, I told them first and foremost, sell yourself, then Skelly. Like I'm in your corner, and I asked them all what's their dream. Who do they want to be represented by? Let me see if I can work some magic, talk to some people, and try to get in some people's ear because I want to help everybody reach that goal. And I think if we have a lot more creators who are open and willing to go the distance and hustle, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I hustle. I hustle very badly. You gotta, like, when you get into the indie game, you gotta hustle. I don't know what that noise is. It's just random ring. I don't know what that means. I don't. If anybody knows what that noise is, I have no idea what that is. Um, but I am here and I am in your corner. I told Nathan Wagner, he plays Blaine. He wanted to get in this agency, and he actually did some voice reading for my old job at Blue Sky. Um, so I actually got him into, actually doing commercials that are being played. And I was like, okay, take this, put it in your demo reel. We're going to use it, So if I can help y'all in any way, and you know me, I always say I love to make connections. I don't want to call it networking because to me, networking seems transactional. where connections are like, I got your back, do or die, I'm your ride or die. Um, so I'm here for anybody who wants to talk, who wants to, need some advice. If anybody's thinking about starting an indie project, please come my way. Um, I'll share my experience and the pitfalls and the wins that I've had, and maybe you can avoid the same pitfalls I had, and maybe you can get bigger wins. Um, so that's what I'm saying. Just I'm here. And mm, this is a test stream. Oh, we're also starting. I put a GoFundMe out there. I guess I could have put the link in the banner, but yeah, if you guys want to go support on the GoFundMe, I would appreciate it. We just need some finishing funds. I also want to create a consulting agency um, called Good Bones. Please don't steal that. It's trademarked already. Don't steal it. Trademark Good Bones. And I want it to be just like a indie consulting agency and a place that you can reach out for mental health help. So that would be great. But if you can't, donate, at least share, retweet, help a girl out, man. So I think I got a question about how long I'm recording. It's not going to be very long. I'm probably going to like cut it off in a couple of minutes. Like I said, I just want to test the stream, and since we figured out what that noise might be, it might be a new follower. So that's good. That's good to know. So that works, and I'm recording, and then we found out that I'm going to need to pay on X to stream, but we'll get all of that worked out. Like I said, we have Late to the Reel on Friday. So I don't know what movie I might watch. It might be something short just to test the stream again, just to make sure it works. And I'll probably add X on there. And I got to see how I can mirror the screens to see if we can even watch movies together. Because I don't want to I hate reaction videos. I'm sorry. I really do. I just really hate reaction videos. This is very weird to me. Like where you're like, oh man, this is weird. I don't get it. But No Country for Old Men. I heard that one's very sad. So you want me to cry on a Friday? You guys want to see me ugly cry on a stream on a Friday night when I'm already sad because I'm an old woman sitting at home alone? Gotcha. I think we had I think we had three. This will be the third one. Someone said A Silent Voice was one to watch. And then No Country for Old Men. Yeah, I definitely. Well, the Late to the Reel's at 7 o'clock, so that's in the day. Probably cry. I'm gonna tell you a movie nobody should watch. Bone Tomahawk. Don't watch it. Just don't. It's very traumatizing. Very traumatizing. I'm just gonna tell you there's a scene where it's called the wishbone scene. You go ahead and do with that what you may. But I wouldn't watch that one. Unless you like scary movies. If you like scary movies, then watch it. But if you're like me, where I think I like scary movies, but I just like reading about it on Wikipedia more than I like watching them, don't watch Bone Tomahawk. So yeah, I don't know if I've seen A Silent Voice. I feel like I might have, but I'm unsure. Is that the one where the guy doesn't really see people? He just sees little blurs in their face, and the girl is deaf. And is that the one where she tries to herself? I don't know. No one's answering. I don't know if that's A Silent Voice or not, but I think I might have seen it. A lot of things make me cry, so even things that you think won't make me cry are gonna make me cry. Okay, then yes, I have seen A Silent Voice, but I can watch it again. I don't mind. I don't mind watching it again. And I don't mind watching it with people. So I do like that one. It's beautiful. Oh, he used to bully her. Well, maybe it's the same one. Um, I'll check it out and see if it's good. I might watch Belle again. That was a good one. Um, there's so many anime out there that I haven't watched yet. And anime movies. Just movies in general. I think I just watched Ilio yesterday, and it's not getting. It's like The one with what? Elemental. It's not getting it didn't get all the press it needed. It needed more press. It's a really great movie. It just, uh, I don't know what Disney's doing. They don't know how to promote crap. Um, um, so, oh, K-pop Demon Hunters. If you haven't watched that yet, ooh, you should have already watched it. It should have been done, done, done. You should have watched it already. So good. Ilio it should have gotten, so with that, I say Ilio should have gotten more press. Do I think it was as good as Elementals? No. I think for me, it was a meh. It was a meh. I would have to watch it again. Um, and I say that I'll have to watch it again because there are some points where I looked at my phone. So for me, like my attention span is not that long. So yeah, I did. There's that noise again. No, no, no. It's not a no. It's an okay. It's a good story, and it's definitely something that Skelly touches on. Family, mental health. It's not a no. It's definitely not a no. It's not as bad as, like, I wouldn't tell anybody to go out and watch Lilo and Stitch live action. That's horrible. That's a definite no. Um, but definitely no. Give Elio a chance. It really is heartfelt and heartwarming, and it has a good meaning behind it. I'm also, I'm also not the end all be all on things. We watched Flow. I didn't get it. I feel like maybe I might be too stupid to understand Flow, but my son loves it because we were doing all the voices for the characters. I was, of course, the crazy lemur who didn't want his stuff touched, and I think my son was the cat. I was the lemur and the capybara, and my husband was the bird. Um, I love Puss in Boots: Last Wish. Oh my god, I've watched that movie 30 million times. The art book is amazing. If you guys are into art books, which you all know I love art books, that is a premium art book. I love me some Puss in Boots. I love Puss in Boots. And Kitty Softpaws. And Perito. He is so cute. I love Perito. Um, that one was really good. I just love whatever they did to it. I know everyone says they went back into the Spider-Man style for it, but it was a good change. That was awesome. It's amazing, funny. Antonio Banderas can do no wrong, unless he's done something wrong and I don't know about it, but he can do no wrong to me. So, yeah. Other than that, I know we finally got a lot more people on the stream, and I should probably cut it because I'm just rambling now. But oh yes, Perito. But Perito didn't know his backstory was sad. Oh, sorry. I guess I should show that. Perito didn't know his backstory was bad. Perito just thought they were playing a game. Just saying, with a rock and a sock. He is so cute, and he deserved his wish. I can't wait to see what they do now with Perito. I did want to say with Puss in Boots: Last Wish, that was great marketing. They did hot wings, hot ones, where Puss was eating the hot wings. That was hilarious. If you haven't seen some of the marketing they did for that movie, you need to go watch it. It's amazing. I think they did Puss in Boots ASMR as well. I'm gonna let you guys know I'm never gonna do an ASMR. It sounds weird to me. If I did do an ASMR, it's gonna be me eating a jar of pickles because I just love pickles, or crab legs, which nobody wants to hear that tragedy right there. I go to town on some crab legs. Anyway, rambles are good. Yes, yes, I do ramble a lot. Uh, we're going to stay on topic more. Like I said, this is just a test stream. Once again, I don't want anybody to think that, oh God, Kayla just shit out a shit show of a show. This is just a test stream, so I don't want anyone to think that this is normally what it's like. I do like talking to everybody, so I probably will get off the rails when I talk to people. But yeah, no, we're gonna have more of a concise, put together thing for these little Wednesday talks. But yeah, if anybody would like to join us on Saturday when we do the little talk and draw, We're going to be talking about anything and drawing anything. Hopefully, I can get that little board set up. Um, so you know, join us on Saturday. I think the time was, I have to look at it again. I think it was 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. And late to the real parties are going to be on Fridays at 7 p.m. I will put out a little image just to promote it. Yeah, I will be traveling tomorrow. Anybody on the team who's on here, I'll be traveling tomorrow. If you need me, you guys know how to reach me. And if you're just a friend, anyone who's on here, you probably already have my number or you know how to reach me too. If anybody needs anything from me, if you ever need to talk, if you ever need to just vent, you need to cry, I think people can attest. I will jump on a Zoom call with you in a heartbeat, and I will always yell, "Who hurt you?" before we even start. So I will always ask, "Who hurt you? Who hurt you?" Um, but yeah, I hope to do more of these. I hope you guys like this little test stream, and I got stuff working, and of course I'll work on the little inconsistencies and mess ups I had, and starting on time. I always love start on time, so please do not judge me on not starting on time. But yeah, I hope this was fun, and I thank you all for coming out. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully this is recording so I can go ahead and post it to the other places that didn't get to see it. And hopefully like YouTube is like recording it. I hope so. But yeah, thank you all for coming. And I promise next time we're gonna talk about indie. We're gonna dive real deep into it. We're gonna talk about some failures. We're probably gonna talk more about Kickstarter. I have some networks from networking people and connections that you need to talk to at Kickstarter. I think a lot of people don't know when you do a Kickstarter, they have a forward funds project or a program. Sorry, it's more of a program than a project. But anyway, it's forward funds, and they actually give you money towards your project. That is another thing I wanted to tell towards Galaxy End. Apply for the forward funds, because whatever your goal is, they give you, I think it was 5% of it. So that's always a good help. And a lot of people don't know about it. And it's out there. There are a lot of things that I learned doing a Kickstarter and a backer kit and an Indiegogo. And I'm learning from doing a GoFundMe. GoFundMe is not as user friendly as everyone thinks it is. Anyway, we'll delve into that next week. If you guys have something you want me to talk about, definitely shoot an email or a quick link my way. I'll make sure we put it on the roster to talk about it. Yes, it is called the Forward Funds. So it's Kickstarter's Forward Funds. You need to make sure. There's also another fund where they have one for women of color. You just have to make sure that they're open, Lakaira. You have to make sure that they're open at the time that you do it. The Forward Funds are always open for like cartoons, short films, and stuff like that. But there are other special grants in there for women of color, or people who are doing medicinal products, or people who are doing documentaries. So they always have some kind of grant. And I think a lot of people don't take advantage of that just because they don't know it's there. I didn't know it was there until I met my connection at Kickstarter. I didn't know it was there. We did a lot. When I say like I love hustling to get this information, I do a lot of hustling, and I'm always open to share. And if you want to send anybody from Towards Galaxies in my way, and if they want some information, shoot them. Just tell them to shoot me a DM. I'm here to talk about it. Because I know they pulled it, and I know they're going to do something different. But let's help them figure out a way to pivot. Because I think they have something really great. I think everyone has something really great, but that one is really great. It looks really good. They have a lot of stuff to show. We just need to find a way to pivot and help them meet that goal. And I think together, if we all just get in together, we can all help them meet that goal. Yeah, but with that said, if you guys have anything you want me to talk about, feel free to email me. You can email me at skellyanimatio@gmail.com. I should probably have put that in a banner. I didn't make a banner, but I'm going to make it right now. At gmail.com. I'm making it right now. Can you hear my clickety click? Can you hear my clickety click? Hold on. Wait. We are sponsored by Toon Boom. We are all sponsored by Toon Boom. You can email me at skellyanimatio@gmail.com. If you want anything, if you want to talk about anything, you want to shoot the shit, you want to vent, I'm here. So feel free to reach out to me, and hopefully we can keep these on a pretty consistent schedule, and we can get these done. So yeah, all right. Thank you all for joining, and I'll talk to you later. I'll see you Friday night. Bye.